views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Getting your work week started right by stretching out your vagina holes with the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. You have been beamed aboard. You are now inside the Mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. What can you expect for the next 3 hours? You can't expect anything. You have no idea what's going to happen. Well, I'll give you a little hint. Okay, we're going to give you some classic episodes of Just a Few Questions. Perhaps some of them even by request. You know, a lot of you out there are starting to get kind of familiar with some of the previous Just a Few Questions. There's like 3 years worth of them, by the way. So there's quite a lot. But somebody might be like, hey, man, what about that time that D Unit went out into the woods and ran across the key party at the Hillbilly House? Well, that sounds like a fun episode. Yeah. What about the time that he went to the haunted house and met Igor for the first time? That's a good one. Yeah. Or perhaps like we just did yesterday during Inside the Mothership for the brand spanking new episode, which we will hear in hour number 3 of today's broadcast. It's called Earth Gets Crabs. Oh, yeah. That one's coming up as well. I've put D-Unit in very, very uncomfortable situations during Just a Few Questions many, many times. And also people from around the world and local bands and everything have had the misfortune of also being in the crossfire of Just a Few Questions. But anyway, we're going to be featuring those today, as well as some bad movie flashbacks, maybe some punchlines, some silly stories, some skits. Who knows what we're going to do. Of course, we're going to play music for your vagina holes. And, as always, we're going to start things off with a bit of a history lesson. Since history isn't being taught anymore anyway, let's go ahead and start things out the way we always do with this day in history on the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
They did not constitute sexual relations as I understood that term to be defined.
September 21st, 1998. TV networks air President Bill Clinton's federal grand jury testimony about his relationship with former White House intern Monica Lewinsky. During his testimony, Clinton defends his previous denials about the affair, at one point saying, "It depends on what the meaning of is."
Was I embarrassed about it? Yes. Did I ask her to lie about it? No.
Months later, the House of Representatives impeaches Clinton on charges of lying to a federal grand jury and obstructing justice, but the Senate acquits him the following year. 1981. In Washington, the Senate unanimously confirms Sandra Day O'Connor as the first female justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. 1866. H.G. Wells, author of sci-fi classics The War of the Worlds and The Time Machine, is born in Bromley, Kent, England. 1947. Horror writer Stephen King is born in Portland, Maine. Among his novels, later adapted into movies, Carrie, The Shining, Cujo, and Misery. 1970. Are you ready for some football? Monday Night Football premieres, airing on ABC for the next 36 years before moving to ESPN. Viewers of the show's first game watched the Cleveland Browns defeat the visiting New York Jets 31-21. 1937. Welcome to Middle-earth. J.R.R. Tolkien's novel The Hobbit, a prequel to The Lord of the Rings, is first published. And in 1950.
What would you do if you were stuck in one place? and every day was exactly the same, and nothing that you did mattered.
Bill Murray, the actor and comedian who went from the original Saturday Night Live to the silver screen, is born in Wilmette, Illinois. Today in history, September 21st, Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
Getting things underway with a little Concrete Angels to rock your face off first thing in the morning. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
this week's Bad Movie Flashback.
No. Please. No.
She came halfway across the universe in search of a cosmic power source that could save her world from destruction.
Who is she?
Who on earth are you?
You know, I think I recognize the costume.
From the producers of Superman, Alexander Salkind presents Supergirl in her first great adventure.
Wait 1 minute. I mean, you can do the whole number, leap tall buildings at a single bound. You can look right through things.
Yes.
Bend steel bars?
Yes.
Like Superman.
He's my cousin.
Supergirl, sent to Earth on a secret mission that brings her face to face with diabolical villains.
I'm considering nothing less than world domination.
You've had your fun, Selena. The game is finished.
Starring Faye Dunaway,
Now I am really upset.
Peter O'Toole,
My neighbors know the criminals, the corrupt, the evil. They're here, over the hill there, with no way out.
Peter Cook,
What's in it for me?
Me.
Brenda Vaccaro, and introducing Helen Slater as Supergirl.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Bus commercials, definitely.
Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Awesome.
All right, folks, it is once again time for The Punchlines. This portion of the show being brought to you by Igor's Lube and Igor's family of products, including their brand spanking new product. Do you have itchy balls? Well, you might have been with some questionable women in the past. Well, maybe you've got crabs. So you should try Igor's new product. They have teamed up with the good folks over at Raid for Igor's Crotch Critter Cream. That's right. Stop the itches and kill those bitches with just one application. It's Igor's Crotch Critter Cream. Do not ask your doctor. Punchlines number 1 goes as follows. Man who made knife out of frozen poop. Among 2020 Nobel winners. They're just giving these things away now. Other Nobel winners include a team of researchers who looked at why chewing sounds drive some people crazy. I don't understand why we have to do research into finding out why the sound of somebody chewing with their mouth open is distracting or annoying to somebody else. Why do we need to put research and money into that? Why do we have to give somebody a Nobel Prize because they figured out that it's annoying? I mean, that's all I can tell you. There's no reason why. Here's the reason why. Because you weren't taught manners. So the solution is simple, folks. Just shut your mouth. Okay? See? Hear that sound? Yeah, you can't make that sound with your mouth closed. Hear that? See? It goes away. Yeah. Close your mouth when you eat. Peruvian shamans use ancestral ritual to predict winners of the U.S. election. The shamans rubbed municipal plants, fruits, and even a live snake on photos of both Biden and Trump. And guess what? The outcomes of that particular test is about as accurate as any other poll produced by any other person or any other organization or news outlet anywhere in the world. There is no accuracy in any of it. Malaysian primate borrows, in quotes, phone and takes selfies. So not only is he a thief, but he also knows how to operate a cell phone. Somebody's teaching these monkeys, I'm telling you. Maybe it's Soros. I don't know. He pays a lot of people to do stupid things that are illegal. But anyway, the phone's owner, he says that he reports that the suspect's face was plastered all over the screen, and it was hilarious, he said. He then signed into the person's Facebook account and made him look like a total ass with several viral posts. People are like, dude, what are you talking about, man? You sound like a monkey. AI robot serves customers at a Seoul restaurant. No, I don't mean a Seoul restaurant like Seoul food. I mean a restaurant in Seoul, Korea. A trolley-like robot is delivering food to customers at a restaurant in Seoul in order to minimize human contact and help ensure social distancing. And here's the other little benefit to being a robot while serving people. It also doesn't mind getting its ass pinched now and again by drunken truckers. That's always a bonus that they don't really care. And drunken truckers, they don't know the difference anyway. Boy, man, you must work out, man. Your ass is hard. It's metal, sir. It's a robot. Fleeing suspect abandons winning lottery ticket. So, get this. Okay, he goes and he buys a lottery ticket. He scratches it off. He wins $100. But he robs the store. He grabs the money, throws it in a bag, and leaves, not realizing he left his winning lottery ticket behind. He then gets chased by the police. He gets away from the police. Then the moron goes back to the store. He finds out that he only got $88 out of the register, and his winning lottery ticket was for $100. The store owner, of course, I don't have your ticket. So the guy spent the $88 on 88 more tickets, all of them being losers, and took him so long to scratch them all off that the police, of course, arrived and were waiting for him outside when he came out. And frankly, sir, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? And that has been the punchline. Go ahead and throw some more music back into your Vajir holes with a band called Cancel the Transmission and Light Up the Night, the name of the tune, and you're listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from Outer Space.
there, creeps. It's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. And you're listening to Alien X Radio.
When I held you in the darkness, when you were mine. You might as well be a million miles away. When we spoke, wasn't much to say. You look the same, but seems we changed. Dreams of yesterday calling. You gotta fight to keep them alive. When I held you in the darkness, when you were mine, said that you'd be mine forever. Back in the rock, sitting nice like a trap I can't escape, like a price that we all pay. I can still hear you say, I wouldn't change a thing. You and me against the world, girl. You and me against the world, girl. Dreams of yesterday calling. You gotta fight to keep them alive. When I held you in the darkness, when you were mine, said that you'd be mine forever. Back in the rock, sitting nice. When I held you in the darkness, when you were mine, said that you'd be mine forever. Back in the rock, sitting nice. When I held you in the darkness, when you were mine, said that you'd be mine forever. Back in the rock, sitting nice.
When a man loves a woman very much, the man gives the woman $20.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. In her final few weeks, the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg told a biographer there was a silver lining to her cancer and the coronavirus pandemic that's keeping so many Americans home. She said she got to spend more time with her family. President Trump says he intends to nominate a woman to fill her position and will do that within days. But rival Joe Biden said yesterday he's spoken with Justice Ginsburg's family.
Her granddaughter said yesterday and said publicly that her dying words were, quote, "My most fervent wish is that I not be replaced until a new president is installed."
And now a second Republican senator has come out against filling Justice Ginsburg's position before the presidential election. AP correspondent Ben Thomas reports.
Senator Lisa Murkowski says for weeks she's been stating she would not support taking up a potential nomination as the presidential election nears. In a statement released Sunday, she says, "Sadly, what was then a hypothetical is now a reality, but my position has not changed." The Alaska Republican joins Maine Senator Susan Collins, who said replacing Ginsburg should be the decision of whomever wins the election. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has pledged to move forward on a nominee, but hasn't set a timetable. Ben Thomas, Washington.
The number of people who've died in this country from the coronavirus is now nearing 200,000, according to Johns Hopkins University. The virus continues to spread, and there is no vaccine at the moment. Some public health experts worry infections could spike this fall and winter, maybe doubling the number of dead by the end of the year. The TV sitcom Schitt's Creek won a pile of Emmys last night. This is AP News.
With the weather quickly changing, it might be a good time to have your furnace or air conditioner checked out by a professional.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling. Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
How's it going, everyone? Prospect here with the weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. LeBron James is determined to turn his playoff chances around after an early exit last year with his new team, the Los Angeles Lakers, and it showed in their put-down of the Denver Nuggets 126-114 in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. James had only 15 points and 12 assists in the round opener, but I'm sure that was the last thing that was on his mind after receiving word that he finished second place in the MVP voting to eventual winner Giannis Antetokounmpo. In an interview with ESPN, the forward was, quote, pissed off that he only received 16 of the 101 first-place votes, but congratulated the Greek Freak on his second straight title. This was James's fourth second-place finish in a 17-year career that also saw him win the MVP title 4 times himself, so seeing how many times he finished at least third, you'll understand why this one sticks in his craw so much. Over in the Eastern Conference, the Miami Heat have done it again, overcoming a 17-point deficit to beat the Boston Celtics 106-101 to take a 2-0 lead in the finals. Goran Dragic scored 25 points and led the scoring for his team that has been in kind of a drought in situations like this. They were 0-21 in playoff games where they trailed by at least 13 at the half. Week 1 of the NFL gave us a lot of interesting stories, and it showed that with the new normal among us, we can still have America's game. Tom Brady's debut with the Buccaneers didn't go as well as he'd hoped, as his new team fell to the Saints 34-23. The soon-to-be Hall of Famer was intercepted twice, one of them returned for a touchdown, but he did throw one to his teammate and threw 15 of 28 for 157 yards. Drew Brees was 18-30 for 160 yards and 2 scores. Brady's replacement at New England, Cam Newton, was more successful in his debut, rushing for 2 touchdowns in their 21-11 victory against Miami. Newton, who hadn't played in over a year due to injury, picked up right where he left off, running for 75 yards and throwing for 155. Both Brady and Newton's debuts were not met with fanfare, but with silence, as Gillette Stadium and the New Orleans Superdome were empty with pre-recorded fan noise flowing out of the speakers to give the feel of the crowd. Hopefully that won't be the case soon. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
That's right. Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
The AP's Oscar Wells Gabriel has more on the Emmys.
It was an up night for
Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek. Eugene Levy, Schitt's Creek. Andrew Civadino, Daniel Levy, Schitt's Creek.
The Canadian show swept all the comedy awards up for grabs at the Emmys last night, and with all the mentions, it made some viewers think they were watching HBO or Showtime, since the title sounds like someplace you would not want to be caught, with or without a paddle. Dominating the drama category, Succession. It won 3 Emmys. Jimmy Kimmel hosted with all the nominees patched in online. That made our home screens look like a much cooler Zoom meeting than the kind that we have to endure sometimes at work or school. I'm Oscar Wells Gabriel.
The UN is celebrating its 75th anniversary today, the one place where 193 member nations can meet to talk. It was born out of World War II's devastation in 1945. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon, Alien X Radio. Resistance is futile.
He moved like a baboon with 2 corrupt feet.
Welcome back to The Attack, everybody. The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Hey, just talking a little bit back and forth there with my buddy Jonathan over at 920 WON, The Apple in New York City, New York, one of our longest affiliates in the history of the show. Man, the stuff that we collaborate with stations and stuff, it's so amazing. The 36 hours of Alien Xmas. This is going to be the 6th year that Alien X Radio has done this. What we do is we go live for 36 consecutive hours for a radiothon. We do not go off the air once. We stay live the entire time. We have singers, songwriters, bands, comedians, interviews. We've got fire jugglers. We got all kinds of stuff going on to fill those 36 hours. Now, the reason that we do this is not because we're insane. The reason we do this is we're raising money for Forgotten Harvest, which is an excellent organization that feeds the hungry in such a way that it's amazing. They can feed 4 people for $1. Okay, it's an amazing company. It's a company. It's an organization. And this, like I said, this is our 6th year. And every year we've raised more and more money. So again, we're going to be doing this. It's going to be on the 12th and 13th of December this year. We're going to start at 8 a.m. on the 12th, and we'll stay live until 8 p.m. on the 13th. Now, that being said, as I said, I'm sitting here talking back and forth with Jonathan, who is the owner and operator of 920 WON, The Apple in New York City, New York, who has, in the past, simulcast the entire event. Well, he just recently saw the post, and again, we are happy to announce that event will be simulcast again this year on 920 WON, The Apple in New York City, New York. So I want to thank him very much for making that happen once again this year, because the more people that listen, the more people donate. And the more people that donate, the more people are not hungry. Okay, that's the whole point of this. So the post that he saw that I had posted was an open casting call, y'all. That's right. All singers, songwriters, bands, comedians, you name it. If you have some kind of a talent or some kind of maybe you're an actor and you have a new movie coming out or something like that and you want to have an interview. These are all kinds of things that we're going to be booking for those 36 hours. So by all means, you need to contact me. All right? Now, this is one of the few shows that you're going to hear this. I'm going to give you my direct email. It's keithsamland@yahoo.com. keithsamland@yahoo.com. Okay, that's how you can send me email. Now, if you want to do it the traditional way, alienstone@alienxradio.com. It's a little slower, but send it off that way. Okay? So, I will book you. We'll find out what times that you're available. We've got, in the past, we've had great bands like Detroit Music Award-winning band Sweet Crystal. They've been here several times, as well as, it's all of a sudden, Dirty Mind Detroit. That's another band that's a Detroit Award-winning band that has been here live in the studio. as well as many other bands like Concrete Angels and Arcades Project, 6E. You know, I can go on and on. There's been so many bands, so many individual performers like Vince Smith. And I'm not even going to get into the long list, okay? If you listen to the station, you hear all these live tracks that we record. That's right, we record them, and then, yes, we play them on the station later on. But anyway, like I'm saying, folks, make sure that you get involved in this, okay? Why am I talking about Christmas right now? Okay, we haven't even gotten to Halloween yet. Why are you talking about Christmas? Because it takes all this time to put together 36 hours of live radio, so that way you don't listen to, you know, me and Zeldor on the overnight shift playing a video game. Okay? You know, you gotta have something to talk about. We gotta have things to happen. People gotta be entertained, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, everybody's sleeping because nobody wants to listen to me and Zeldor playing a video game. Okay? Or Zeldor playing a video game while I'm sleeping in the chair. Okay? So, folks, the 36 hours of Alien Xmas, we'll be updating the pages pretty soon here. But, like I said, contact me, Keith Samlin at yahoo.com or alienstone at alienxradio.com and get involved. So, more music for your Vajir holes right now. This is a band that has been on the station since almost day one. They submitted their music a long time ago. Circus Asylum, the name of this band. Numb, the name of the tune. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Chocolate pudding? Does anyone want this last chocolate pudding? I have just one chocolate pudding left. It's only pulled away from the side of the dish about 3 inches all the way around. And there's a huge fault running through the center of the pudding. Actually, it's nothing but a ball of skin at this point. Does anyone want a ball of fault-ridden chocolate pudding skin? I'm only going to throw it away. Do people do that with you? Offer you some food that if you don't eat it, they're only going to throw it away. Well, doesn't that make you feel dandy?
Let's just say I take up a lot of cyberspace.
I have an inquiring mind.
They want to know.
Yes, inquiring minds all want to know. And the way that I educate myself and the way that I learn things about my environment and processes and how to do things and people around me and the way they are is by asking questions.
Just a few.
Just a few at a time. Because if you hit somebody with too many, then they say,
you can't
what
get
is this, 20
overloaded.
questions? 20 questions is too many. Because then they say, what is this, 20 questions? Right. So I'm going to ask you just
And
a few
it takes
questions.
a few questions before somebody asks that question.
You know, we really do have to have some music for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just throw something in the background right now. Just a few questions. Ooh. Sounds kind of spooky to start off.
It's all right. We can roll with this.
All right, number one.
Question number one.
Question number one. You had to take a second job as an overnight cashier at Walmart. A customer comes to your lane at 4 a.m. with the following items: a garden hose, a length of chain, a padlock, a roll of giant plastic bags, a baseball bat, a box of nails, and a hammer. The manager calls you on the phone and tells you to politely ask him to see his ID. What do you do? A, ask him for his ID. Go ahead. Sounds like the kind of guy to ask for his ID, right? Tell your manager to do it, B, tell your manager to do it, and that you quit this horrible little job. C, turn off your light and run away. You know, a little light there they got?
Yep.
Okay.
You gotta go.
Or D, upsell them on a shovel and cleaning supplies.
I'm gonna. I don't want to offend them.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
By asking that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I don't want to be like,
yeah.
Hey man, do you want this? And then be like, what? You don't think I already got that? And then like,
I done did have that.
Right. And then
I got that at home.
Maybe I'll be room in the trunk too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to happen. So if my manager is asking me to see that, which I don't see why I would have to. The guy's just picking up some standard home garage goods, right? Restocking the garage. That's all he's doing. No. I'm going to make the manager do it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
That's what you're going to do?
Yep.
Cool.
That's what I'm going to do.
You would live.
I would live.
Yes.
And I then would hang out in his office
you would be the person,
while he goes and does that.
You would be the person talking to the reporters when they came to report the murder of the manager.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I'd be eating Domino's.
I'm with you on that, though.
Because I told him.
Good answer.
Before he left, I'd be like, if you ain't back in 10 minutes.
Well, but you won't be there because actually
Domino's.
It says tell your manager to do it and that you quit this horrible little job.
Yep.
So, yeah, you'd be gone.
Yeah, I'd be out.
I'm out.
As fun as Wally World is, that would probably put the end of it.
Got to go.
Gots to go.
Question number two. You're at a karaoke show for the first time with a new group of your friends. Or a new group of friends.
Okay.
You all decide to sing, and you are last on the list. As each one in the group sings their song, you listen to the others at the table heckle and talk trash about them. When it's finally your turn, you A, refuse to sing in fear that you will get the same. B, use your time on the mic to tell the group what they were saying about each other. C, make sure you are in the bathroom when your name is called and avoid singing altogether. Or D, the music ended. We can't have that.
No.
Or D, there it goes. Step up to the mic and do your very best version of In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins.
Oh.
What's it going to be? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? What's it going to be?
Can I combine two answers?
Maybe. I might let you do that. Go ahead. No, I will. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to combine B, which is get up in the mic and talk smack about everybody who was talking smack before.
Yeah.
Okay. Right before I sang In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins.
That is correct.
That is exactly what I would do. I'm like, I'm up here to
I will
do
say,
this.
or answer E, which is B
and D.
and D. And that's what you're going to go with.
That's what I'm going to go with.
Ding, ding, ding.
I would be the type of guy that would go up there and say, okay, I'm going to do this, and I don't care what y'all say about everybody else, what you're just saying. I'm going to rock your face off with this song.
Rock your face off.
And I would nail it. I would own it, dude.
I'm going to rock your face off.
Rock your face off. I could feel it.
All right.
In the air.
1 is 1, 2 is a couple, but 3 is a few, and this is just a few questions.
You rock your face off.
So,
I like what you did there. That was good.
Like that? Number 3. Question number 3. Question number 3. You are innocently surfing the web, and while accidentally arriving at loveyoulongtime.com, you see a video, and just 15 minutes in, you spot your best friend's new girlfriend in an orgy scene. How do you break the news to him? A, you don't. B, you're very straightforward and tell him like it is. C, you send him the link. Or D, insert your own answer. Go.
I like the way a couple of those answers were leading. So I'm gonna go with D. I'm gonna make up my own answer, but I'm gonna use both the B and the C answers. I am gonna, again, me being me, the sarcastic SOB that I am, I would send him the link with the comment going, dude, you're dating a porn star. And then leave it at that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
You're dating a porn star.
I would definitely tell him.
Go right here to loveyoulongtime.com / loving very long time.
Very long time.
Lisa.
.com.
Cause you know why her name is Lisa?
They're all named Lisa.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You can yell. If you ever see an entire giant group full of really slutty looking women and you go, hey Lisa!
One of them will look.
At least one of them was going to turn around. You're right.
Lisa, Michelle, or Heather.
Ooh, I forgot about the Heather.
Oh.
Forgot about that. Because they're usually nice girls, but you always got that freaky one.
Yep.
Freaky Heather. You know.
Yep.
With the reputation.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's been just a few questions.
I got a bad rap.
That's how we learn stuff.
Yep, that's how we learn stuff. And that has been just a few questions. Another classic episode coming up in the next hour. And then, of course, the most recent episode in hour number 3. But right now, it's time to take a short break and pause in the action for station identification and a moment to introduce you to our sponsors. And we'll be back with more of The Attack right after this.
You know, it's about to start getting pretty hot outside. I think it's time I have a professional check out my air conditioning unit.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cooling. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube.
I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out?
Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube.
I got dry, flaky elbows.
Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done? Look at the turning wheel.
The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Good one for the guy.
Feel Good Firing's the place to call when you really want to make yourself feel big by firing somebody. We provide you with an unsuspecting loser who you can hire, then turn around and fire. But Feel Good Firing services go beyond just satisfying your little hissy fits. We'll give you someone you can pin the blame on the next time you spend the whole company payroll on hookers and blow. So when you screw up, don't take the blame. Just pass the buck. Call Feel Good Firings and we'll take the blame, the shame, and the indictments away.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like.
It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
Shogun of Harlem.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is hour number 2 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I'm your host, Alien Stone. We're broadcasting live directly into your vajir holes on many radio stations, and my list is not in front of me, so I'm going to do the best I can from memory. AlienXRadio.com, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, WCET-FM, the Lime City Radio Network, Sword Radio, and the IRN Internet Radio Network. I believe those are our live affiliates. There may be more. I don't know, because it seems like every single day someone's contacting me saying, hey, we've been picking up your station for a year now. And I'm like, wow. I thought that was sending you copies and you were playing them later. But if you're doing it live, I'd like to know that so I can have your callers from your area. I would love to be able to get your guys to call me. Anyway, 1-313-444-8919. Again, that's 1-313-444-8919. Them's the numbers. Or you can use Skype at AlienStone1. That's the number 1. Don't spell it out. You'd be wrong. Also, for those of you just now tuning in, you're late! The show starts at 9 a.m. Eastern each and every Monday. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Gonna go ahead right now and throw some music directly into your vajir holes as I kind of scoop together all my proverbial crap and put together a big statue that represents this hour. So stick around for that. More Just a Few Questions and bad movie flashbacks and a bunch of more stuff like punchlines and things of that nature. So go nowhere. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. In the event of an actual emergency, the following sound would be.
Please, please, please. Yeah, they say your TV's a devil, and it's wrong. Like the hate that chills my blood. It took a fool like you to break it the truth, and it's wrong. Like the hate that fuels my blood. So sorry. Would you please, oh please, help us 'cause we've fallen. Would you please, oh please, help us 'cause we've fallen. We've fallen. We never rose to kill for dollar bills, buying a fool like you. For breaking the truth, I never knew. I feel the way that I feel, and your TV's a devil. And it's wrong, like the hate that fills my blood, like the pain that fills my blood, like the hate that fills my blood. It's so fake what fills your blood, like the hate that fills my blood. It's so fake what fills your blood.
Hi, this is Alien X Radio. Who's calling?
Oh, Vinny! Vinny, you know good. You know good. I hear you earlier. You make fun of us Asian people. When you say Godzilla in our past. That's no funny. That's no funny, Vinny. Because it's no funny.
But he's so big and you're so little.
Because we don't have Godzilla in our pants, Vinny. We have very tiny reverb. You know good, Vinny. You know good. But I like your show. I continue listening to Invasion. Goodbye, Vinny. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mini Godzilla. Godzuki in your pants. That was fucking awesome.
I knew I'd have a bed from the first day that I met you. I have a thing for fast machines, ripped up jeans, and black art tattoo. I just had to try your lips. That's where all the danger lives. Sugar can be poison.
Blasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No, not that.
My name is Zunar J5/9 Doric 47.
Get me the Pentagon. Red priority.
You're a cat.
He's the cat from outer space. You're serious?
I'm serious.
While you and I are talking this very minute, some slimy, green-headed, 12-legged creep could be crawling into the White House.
You're trying to tell me that your little pussycat came from another planet, from another galaxy, in a spacecraft and landed right here on Earth.
You're up against genius.
I gotta tell you something, pal. It's dumb.
It's a spacey comedy that'll boggle your mind.
It is mind-boggling. The man who owns the secret of this device could control the universe.
You are under arrest.
And the pussycat, General.
And the pussycat. He's got his paws on the power.
The power that cat possesses is awesome.
You betcha, Charlie. And if you know what's good for you, you'll land this thing and let Lucy Bell and me...
Quiet.
Okay.
Walt Disney Productions, The Cat from Outer Space.
All right, folks, it is time now for the punchlines. Once again, this portion of the show being brought to you by Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow. There's no better way to get your fist unstuck from a gravy boat or to take care of those dry, flaky elbows or perhaps maybe a naked game of Twister. Igor's Lube and Igor's family of products. Look for them on Facebook. So, a UK museum removes shrunken heads from display. Oxford University's Pitt Rivers Museum has removed its famous collection of shrunken heads and other human remains from its display as part of a broader effort to decolonize its collections. Translation, employees can't get head at work. What? Closets are for mops and stuff. Okay? Just saying. But really, to decolonize its collections. People just, so I didn't clean out my garage. What did you do? I decolonized my collection. Really? Hey, did you take out the trash? No, I didn't. I decolonized the wastebasket. So ridiculous. Perfectly preserved Ice Age cave bear found in Arctic Russia. Well, that's the place you find frozen stuff. Right? Researchers said that the carcass has had all of its internal organs still in place, including its balls, which are far larger than any of the U.S. governors. That's right. Bam! Punching them governors in the face. Igor's family of products get the new governor's glue, a.k.a. the Gretsch Trap. Governor has you sticking in place? Make her stick in place with new governor glue, the Gretsch Trap by Igor's Lube. Their family of products. Dr. Phil begs TikTok followers to stop calling him daddy. I hate to break it to you, Phil McGraw says, but I ain't your daddy. Oh, I'm going to sound like Bill Clinton there, sorry. I don't think this, have you ever seen them in the same room together? Maybe, or it's a costume. And then he goes on to say, and your real daddy is probably getting his feelings hurt. But then Maury Povich determined that the paternity test determined, rather, that was a lie. 62-year-old python laid 7 eggs despite not being with a male for 2 decades. Sisters are doing it for themselves, folks. And then the Maury Povich show and its paternity test determined that too was a lie. Again, so ridiculous, right? And that has been the punchlines. All right, folks. So, as I said, we've got some classic episodes with just a few questions on their way. We've got more bad movie flashbacks. We've got the latest episode of Just a Few Questions. And we've got more ridiculousness like that right there. And your phone calls at 313-444-8919 or Skype me. And you can text through Skype as well at Alienstone1. That's Alienstone, the number 1. Anyway, let's go ahead. And in the meantime, let's throw some music into your vajir holes. Going way back in time here for some Doc Hollywood. Well, the name is old, but maybe not the song so much. Chemical Tree, the name of the band, and you are listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Cat. The Attack of the Monday Morning Man Cat from outer space.
Oh, this is the worst looking hat I ever saw. Oh, it looks good on you, though.
I can't believe it's happening. One more step away from being what I never thought I'd be. So tell me, it's funny how the pieces came unglued. It's funny how you think you have a clue as to the nature of this game. We play hide beneath you, you're beneath me. Scrape it all away until I'm hollow. I can't believe it came to be. One more step away from losing everything inside of me. You're so intriguing. It's funny how we all just broke into. It's funny how you think I live for you and I don't even know your name. Tell me I'm beneath you, you're beneath me. Scrape it all away until I'm hollow. Not beneath you, you're beneath me. Scrape it all away until I'm hollow. Scrape away until I'm hollow. Scrape away until I'm hollow. Scrape away until I'm hollow. Help me, I'm beneath you, you're beneath me. Scrape it all away until I'm hollow. Not beneath you, you're beneath me. Scrape it all away until I'm hollow. Not beneath you, you're beneath me. Scrape it all away until I'm hollow.
Isn't there anything job-related that you should be doing at this particular moment?
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. In her final few weeks, the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg told a biographer there was a silver lining to her cancer and the coronavirus pandemic that's keeping so many Americans home. She said she got to spend more time with her family. President Trump says he intends to nominate a woman to fill her position and will do that within days. But rival Joe Biden said yesterday he's spoken with Justice Ginsburg's family.
Her granddaughter said yesterday and said publicly that her dying words were, quote, "My most fervent wish is that I not be replaced until a new president is installed."
And now a second Republican senator has come out against filling Justice Ginsburg's position before the presidential election. AP correspondent Ben Thomas reports.
Senator Lisa Murkowski says for weeks she's been stating she would not support taking up a potential nomination as the presidential election nears. In a statement released Sunday, she says, "Sadly, what was then a hypothetical is now a reality, but my position has not changed." The Alaska Republican joins Maine Senator Susan Collins, who said replacing Ginsburg should be the decision of whomever wins the election. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has pledged to move forward on a nominee, but hasn't set a timetable. Ben Thomas, Washington.
The number of people who've died in this country from the coronavirus is now nearing 200,000, according to Johns Hopkins University. The virus continues to spread, and there is no vaccine at the moment. Some public health experts worry infections could spike this fall and winter, maybe doubling the number of dead by the end of the year. The TV sitcom Schitt's Creek won a pile of Emmys last night. This is AP News.
With the weather quickly changing, it might be a good time to have your furnace or air conditioner checked out by a professional.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling. Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
How's it going, everyone? Prospect here with the weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. LeBron James is determined to turn his playoff chances around after an early exit last year with his new team, the Los Angeles Lakers, and it showed in their put-down of the Denver Nuggets 126-114 in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. James had only 15 points and 12 assists in the round opener, but I'm sure that was the last thing that was on his mind after receiving word that he finished second place in the MVP voting to eventual winner Giannis Antetokounmpo. In an interview with ESPN, the forward was, quote, pissed off that he only received 16 of the 101 first-place votes, but congratulated the Greek Freak on his second straight title. This was James's fourth second-place finish in a 17-year career that also saw him win the MVP title 4 times himself, so seeing how many times he finished at least third, you'll understand why this one sticks in his craw so much. Over in the Eastern Conference, the Miami Heat have done it again, overcoming a 17-point deficit to beat the Boston Celtics 106-101 to take a 2-0 lead in the finals. Goran Dragic scored 25 points and led the scoring for his team that has been in kind of a drought in situations like this. They were 0-21 in playoff games where they trailed by at least 13 at the half. Week 1 of the NFL gave us a lot of interesting stories, and it showed that with the new normal among us, we can still have America's game. Tom Brady's debut with the Buccaneers didn't go as well as he'd hoped, as his new team fell to the Saints 34-23. The soon-to-be Hall of Famer was intercepted twice, one of them returned for a touchdown, but he did throw one to his teammate and threw 15 of 28 for 157 yards. Drew Brees was 18-30 for 160 yards and 2 scores. Brady's replacement at New England, Cam Newton, was more successful in his debut, rushing for 2 touchdowns in their 21-11 victory against Miami. Newton, who hadn't played in over a year due to injury, picked up right where he left off, running for 75 yards and throwing for 155. Both Brady and Newton's debuts were not met with fanfare, but with silence, as Gillette Stadium and the New Orleans Superdome were empty with pre-recorded fan noise flowing out of the speakers to give the feel of the crowd. Hopefully that won't be the case soon. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
VAP's Oscar Wells Gabriel has more on the Emmys.
It was an up night for
Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek. Eugene Levy, Schitt's Creek. Andrew Civadino, Daniel Levy, Schitt's Creek.
The Canadian show swept all the comedy awards up for grabs at the Emmys last night, and with all the mentions, it made some viewers think they were watching HBO or Showtime, since the title sounds like someplace you would not want to be caught, with or without a paddle. Dominating the drama category, Succession. It won 3 Emmys. Jimmy Kimmel hosted with all the nominees patched in online. That made our home screens look like a much cooler Zoom meeting than the kind that we have to endure sometimes at work or school. I'm Oscar Wells Gabriel.
The UN is celebrating its 75th anniversary today, the one place where 193 member nations can meet to talk. It was born out of World War II's devastation in 1945. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon, Alien X Radio. Resistance is futile.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
All right, folks. Once again, welcome back. You've been beamed aboard. You are inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. All up in your face from the other side of planet chaos. Broadcasting directly into your Vajir holes. It might be a bumpy ride, but don't worry. Don't worry. The gravitational plates are gravitating. The inertia canceller is canceling. And the deflector array is wearing a mask. And we are all practicing social distancing. So it's okay. It is okay. You will not be harmed, but you will be forever changed. You cannot unhear what you will hear on this show. Anyway, folks, as I said, some classic episodes of Just a Few Questions, bad movie flashbacks, music for your Vajir holes. That's the kind of stuff that we're doing today on today's show. So, without further delay, let's go ahead and go to another great episode of Just a Few Questions. This one's going back to 5/26/19. And I decided that it would be kind of cool if we just quit our jobs and started a food truck. You know what I'm saying? Let's just put together a food truck. That's the future of what we're going to do. And this is how it went.
To answer just a few questions.
All right, folks, we have reached that time in the program where it's time to answer just a few questions. If you'd like to participate, you can give me a call, 313-444-8919. Again, that's 313-444-8919. But first, it is my duty and privilege to inform you that this portion of the show is being brought to you by Igor's Lube. Igor introduces the final ingredient for love, Igor's Lube. From squeaky hinges and dry flaky elbows to naked games of Twister and doing it! Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook. Get some today and get some tomorrow at igorslube.com. That's www.igorslube.com. And now, it is time.
I should have worn the Igor's Lube shirt today.
For just a few questions. All right. Okay, Bob's wearing it behind you.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, Bob has Igor's Lube behind you. That's a scary sentence.
That's scary. Bob, you spell it backwards and you still got Bob.
That's right. Question number one.
Question number one.
So, you have recently come into a bit of money. You won a pie chucking contest and received a nice chunk of cash. You have decided to buy a food truck and spend the rest of your life traveling around the country. There are a lot of food trucks out there, and they're selling a lot of different things. You will need to do a few things differently to stand out in an ocean of food trucks. First, you will need a catchy name, something that will draw attention to your truck. Here are a few ideas to get the ball rolling. Would you choose any of these names and slogans to print on the side of your truck? Are you ready, sir?
I am ready.
A. D units mouthful. Just cram it in.
Would I use it?
I'm going to give you all of them. You can pick one.
Good.
B. The sausage and the taco. A food romance story. C. The meat machine. Put some meat in your mother effing mouth. D. Igor's food truck. Don't worry, he washed his hands. And go. Also, it's my duty and privilege to inform you that in addition to a wild card answer, you also have been given during this one the make up your own answer. And go.
I am really liking either B or C.
So the sausage and the taco, a food romance story, or the meat machine, put some meat in your mother effing mouth.
I think I'm going to go with C.
C, the sausage and the taco, a food romance story.
No, that was B.
That's B, that's right. So you're going with the meat machine.
I'm going with the meat machine.
Put some meat in your mother effing mouth.
Meat in your mother fudge mouth.
That's right. All right, so that's the name of it. The wild card answer that you did not choose was Buffalo Bill's fried skins. I'll drop you a basket. Waka, waka, waka. That's good.
That was good.
And your bonus question.
I almost want to go back and go to the wild card. We'll drop
Buffalo Bill's fried skins. We'll drop you a basket.
Oh, that's freaking awesome.
Bonus question.
Secret sauce is lotion.
That's right. In the food industry, what are rippers, and would you serve them on your truck?
Rippers?
Rippers. What is a ripper? It's something they sell on food trucks.
I don't know, so I'm going to say no.
Okay. A ripper is when you take a hot dog and you throw it in the deep fryer until it starts splitting open and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you put it on the bun and you just put all the condiments on and you serve it. It's called a ripper. Because it's all ripped up.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just a deep fried hot dog. That's all it is.
I mean, you can make it rip open boiling them, too.
That is true. I grill my hot dogs, man. I'm good. Yeah. I grill them.
I got to be in the special mood for hot dogs. Yeah. Wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
Question number 2.
Question number 2. Question number 2 is, all the food trucks serve hot dogs, hamburgers, sausages, and walking tacos. But every good food truck out there has a signature dish. The one item people can get from your truck that they just can't get anywhere else. You need one of these items. Here are some choices for unique menu items that might do the trick. What can you see yourself serving as your signature dish? A. Deep fried spaghetti ice cream. It's a rich blend of butter pecan ice cream and tangy marinara sauce, wrapped in spaghetti noodles and deep fried till golden brown. Served with Parmesan cheese and sprinkles. B. Roadkill of the day.
Yeah!
It's our famous roadkill of the day. We just picked it up along the way. Served on a shovel with potatoes and cornbread. C. The couch potato. A beautifully baked, fully loaded Idaho potato served with a marijuana and cheesecake butter cream sauce. Let me do that again. It's a beautifully baked and fully loaded Idaho baked potato served with a marijuana and cheesecake butter cream sauce. Yummy. Or D, must-go omelet. An alligator egg omelet with onions, cheese, crushed red pepper, and yesterday's leftover roadkill of the day, served with a shot of bourbon. And go.
I'm liking the baked potato. However, is there a wild card answer for this one?
There is a wild card answer.
I'm going to take I'm going to go with the wild card on this one.
We're going to go with the wild card answer.
I'm going to go with the wild card answer on this.
Your wild card answer is Igor's spicy cream pie. A rich and moist spice cake filled with a jalapeno buttercream custard and drizzled with raspberry vinaigrette icing. Served with a glass of warm milk. His headphones are off. It's a rich and moist spice cake filled with a jalapeno buttercream custard and drizzled with a raspberry vinaigrette icing, served with a glass of warm milk. I don't think anybody's going to have that on their truck but you. Pretty sure. Pretty sure you nailed it.
Just wait.
Nailed it!
This just out. Igor's cookbook.
Yeah, there you go. All the food. Igor's edibles.
Oh. This is just going crazy.
It's a cookbook. It's a cookbook. Your bonus question.
Oh, man.
You have to order one of these items right now to eat yourself. Which one?
I think I'm going to have to go with the baked potato one.
The baked potato one. That's a beautifully baked and fully loaded Idaho baked potato served with a marijuana and cheesecake butter cream sauce. All right.
I could make that work.
Plug your nose.
More than any of the other ones, I could make that one work.
Right. And that brings us to...
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Question number 3 is... Now you need a crew. You can't do this alone. You will need some help. There are a few key positions you will need to fill. Name 4 people that you actually know who you would like to bring on board. Who are you going to bring on board into your food truck business?
Let's see. I'm going to bring on Matt.
Matt?
Oh, you got to write this crap down, huh?
I'm going to keep it straight.
All right, we go Matt, Rob, Dave and Donnie.
Dave and Donnie. All right.
12 to 2. I'll be with you. Alien X Radio.
Okay, that was Donnie. So, you got Matt, Rob, Dave, and Donnie.
Yep.
Those are the ones that you've decided. Okay, so, now that you've named those people, these are the jobs that you need filled. Match up the job with the most qualified candidate. A is the meat packer. Duties include packing the meat, stuffing the meat, tenderizing the meat, and wrapping the meat. Who is your meat packer? Matt, Rob, Dave, or Donnie?
Dave.
Dave is the meat packer. Dave the meat packer. All right.
What the?
Next job is the driver.
Okay.
Has a good driving record, uses turn signals, follows the speed limit, wears their seatbelt, and has never run anyone over with a food truck before.
Rob.
Rob is your driver. He's thankful for that job.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's the other 2 are still screwed.
C is your shopper. This person goes into the store and gets all the food and the supplies. They must be frugal, have an eye for a bargain, and may or may not have allegedly shoplifted in the past.
I'm going to go with Donnie.
Donnie is your shopper. And D, Igor's cream pie filler. Must have a good grip for squeezing the filling. Start over again. Must have a good grip for squeezing the filling from the cream sack into Igor's spicy loaf. And that leaves Matt. So I guess Matt is your default Igor's cream pie filler.
I so hope he's not listening. Right?
All right. So,
all right.
Okay. Now, there was no wild card answer for that one.
Obviously.
Your bonus question is, in your mind, Did you picture Igor's spicy cream pie as a sandwich moon pie kind of thing? Or was it more like a Twinkie?
I think it was more like a sandwich moon pie type thing.
See, I pictured like the Twinkie.
Oh, okay.
But still same thing, right?
Sure.
Doesn't matter the shape.
220, 221. You know, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Awesome. And now it's time.
Rary strikes.
Lightning strikes. Hot sauce on your eggs, yes or no?
Oh, I'm going to go yes. No?
Gross.
Nah, if it's on an omelet.
Ugh.
No. All right.
Remember, it's not whether you're right or wrong, it's whether or not you agree with me.
Right, it's true.
So, gross. Hot dogs, with or without natural casing?
Without.
Without?
Without.
Absolutely. When I hear that snap, my stomach just flips. It's like, ew. You know what it is? It's a pig's intestine, and that means it used to be filled with boo-boo. I don't care if you washed it or not.
Boo-boo and dong-dong.
You're not going to scrape boo-boo out of something and then put food in it and tell me to eat the whole thing. No. Walking tacos or pink tacos? What's more fun to eat?
Pink tacos.
Of course. Are you more hungry after eating an appetizer or a salad?
Salad.
Why do they call them an appetizer? Because all they do is keep you from being able to eat the rest of your meal.
That's where they get you, bro.
You know?
That's why you get your dessert first, then your appetizer, and you take your entree home for later.
See, I think restaurants should stop giving bread, even though I love bread.
That's where they get you, bro.
Oh, the bread, dude. They fill up on bread, then they don't get dessert. Anyway, oil or butter?
I think butter.
It depends on what you're using it for.
It's true.
Because it could be oil or butter.
Or it could be
Igor's Lube. And that has been Just a Few Questions.
What's so funny?
Nothing. I just have a loony sense of humor.
Now I'm ready, think I'll make a prediction. You treat me so bad, but it's like an addiction. And every time got me leaving the back.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Folks, okay, listen here. When you're trying to juggle multiple conversations in text message through, you're using the same program, but there's multiple people that you're talking to at the same time. You really need to be careful of who you are sending the text message to, because you might be sending the wrong message to the wrong person. And I'm sure this has happened to some of you before. You'll send something like, "Yeah, I'll be there about 4:30." And then all of a sudden your grandma comes on and she's like, "Oh, really? I didn't know you were coming to visit." And you're like, "Oh, crap, now I gotta go visit grandma." No, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm reading the other part of this. Okay, listen. I sent this text message, which I thought was I was sending it to a different person. Okay, I actually sent it to Motown Vinny. Okay, this is not supposed to go to Motown Vinny. The reason why I'm not going to tell you what the context of this message is because he didn't know what it was when he received it, and I want you to receive this message the way he did. Okay. I sent a message, and out of the blue, this is what he gets from me. It says, "Tell her I was willing to pay for the full treatment and thought I was." Right? You know what I'm saying? Right? That sounds like, excuse me? So, I'm assuming Motown Vinny's sitting there watching TV or doing whatever he's doing, his normal business, and all of a sudden, bling, his phone makes a noise, right? He looks down, and it's a message from me. And it just randomly says, "Tell her I was willing to pay for the full treatment and thought I was." So, of course, he sends back big question mark. Not sure that was meant for me. Okay? So then I send him this message, which now explains the message, right? It says, "LOL. Without that being in context, that's got to be hilarious sounding. My dogs are at the groomers with my sister, and Nicole says my sister isn't going to charge us." Okay? So, I've got some dogs that really need grooming. My sister is a dog groomer. I was expecting to pay for the bathing of the dogs, the trimming of the hair, the trimming of their nails, the whole full treatment, right? So she is taking the dogs over there, and now I get a message from Nicole saying that my sister says she wasn't going to charge us for this. So I was going to send Nicole the message back saying, of course, that I thought that I was paying for the full treatment and thought that I was. You know what I'm saying? So now that I've explained to Vinny what I said, he comes back with a Motown Vinny answer to that, which is, "Hey, that's between you and your Asian table shower girl. LOL." Right? And with that being said, I think it's time to take a short break. Pausing the action for station identification, and we will be back with more of The Attack. A heart attack, it is. The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
It's starting to get warm outside. Pretty soon my balls are going to stick to my leg. I got to get me some Freedom.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cooling. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Donna, is that a bottle of Igor's lube?
I wish you would just ring up my stuff without all the questions.
I heard there are millions of uses for that stuff.
I only have one.
Have you ever tried playing a naked game of Twister all covered in this stuff?
Can't say that I have.
This stuff will really help to get you out of a tight spot. Or into one, if you know what I mean. Huh?
Are you almost finished?
Just waiting for the bag boy. Igor?
And don't forget that my lube comes in 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 1 pint, and 1 gallon sizes, so you can feel free to try out that naked twister thing.
Uh-huh. Now see, I told you.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Oh my God! What have I done? What have I done? Look at the turning wheel. The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water. Dead in the water! Beg for mercy and Under the Blade. We live our lives under a blade. Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Had a skinny skin tone watch you couldn't hardly see unless you looked really hard. Lost it. Had a black patent leather gold faced watch with my name etched into it and a diamond. Broke it. Lost it. Red Mickey Mouse? Gone. Silver with a stretch band and glow-in-the-dark Roman numerals? Sayonara. Timex after Timex after Timex. Probably still ticking somewhere. Don't ask me where.
Timex. It takes a licking and keeps on ticking. But if you lose them, there's nothing we can do about it.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Decaffeinated Hot Dogs, the Frankfurters that contain absolutely no caffeine. Of course, our regular hot dogs don't contain any caffeine either, so we have to add caffeine and then remove it so that it truly is decaffeinated. Sure, Ed's Decaffeinated Hot Dogs cost a lot more than other brands, but no other luncheon meat producer goes to so much trouble to provide you with wieners that don't even have a speck of caffeine. So pick up a dozen or more packages of Ed's Decaffeinated Hot Dogs today. And while you're at it, why not try some of our new aspirin-free bologna?
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Give me some static! You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership
For the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
When's the last time you had a good time?
broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vagir holes.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
All right, folks, it's hour number 3 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. If you're in the Eastern time zone, you're probably getting hungry. We're about an hour away from lunchtime. That's right. But, we're broadcasting all over the world, so some of you people are like, hey, man, it's almost dinner time. We're talking about lunchtime. That's right, folks. Intercontinental radio station. Or radio show. I don't know. I shouldn't even be sitting here bragging about that crap. Should I? The only vagir holes that matter are yours. That's right. That's the cool thing about radio shows. See, I'm talking to you. Just you. And everybody else. Anyway, folks. Coming up in this hour, more music for your vagir holes. Another bad movie flashback. And yesterday's brand spanking new episode of Just a Few Questions entitled Earth Gets Crabs. We've had everything else in 2020, right? Watch us finally get over everything, and then we get crabs. I'm sure it's not what it sounds like, so you'll have to stick around and find out. That is coming up this hour. So, in the meantime, this is like one of my favorite new tunes, really, on the station. A couple of weeks ago, I received an email, and let me get this music out of here for a second so y'all can really listen closely to this, all right? I got an email a couple weeks ago at newmusic@alienxradio.com. Now, why is that email address important? newmusic@alienxradio.com. It's important because that's how bands get their music played on the show. That's how bands get their music into rotation on the station. Okay? There's no way I'm going to go scouring the earth, looking at everybody's websites, looking for music. I don't have time for that. Okay? I just don't. So I put out requests for you guys in your bands. If you've got radio-ready music and stuff and you want some free promotion, I'll play your music. Send it to me. newmusic@alienxradio.com. Now, the great thing about technology today is the fact that I'm an internet radio station, so I get played right here in Detroit, Michigan, right here in Detroit, Michigan, but I'm also played in the UK. I'm played in the Netherlands. I'm played in Canada. I'm played all over the United States. Okay, and I sound exactly the same in all of those places as I do right here in Detroit, Michigan. Now, the thing that's cool about that is that means that I have a lot of Vajir holes in a lot of different places. Now, if I can get one or two people in each of those places to listen to your music and like it and get them to add your pages to their pages, then that's just going to get you more exposure in all those different areas. Okay? Even if it's a little bit, it's something, right? And all you have to do is send an email to newmusic@alienxradio.com with an email attached or with an MP3 attached to it. That's all you got to do, folks. You know what I'm saying? It's that easy. So that's how the technology works. Now, here's another great thing about technology. Imagine that, especially in a pandemic where people aren't really getting together very much, a bunch of artists that do not live anywhere near each other, maybe they're all over the country, they can collaborate together and actually write and record music without ever being in a room together, without ever being in the same state together. So I received an email through newmusic@alienxradio.com with a submission by a band called North of Never. And the song was called The Great Divide, was the name of this MP3 that I got. I listened to it, and I thought it was great. We played it, actually. What we did is we were live on the air, and I said, you know what? Let's just grab a random song that was submitted that I haven't listened to yet and play it on the air. Boom, we played it, and immediately we thought it was awesome. During that song, D-Unit searched out the band, contacted them, told them that it was awesome. They called into the show, and we had an interview with them right there. And that's when we learned that this band had never been in a room together, that they lived in separate states, and they were collaborating through technology and emails and all this kind of stuff. And this does not at all sound like anything that you would think would come out of such a project. So, I know I've been playing this song, a lot lately, but I really believe that this song deserves a lot of attention right now. So once again, North of Never and The Great Divide on the Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from outer space. Yes, North of Never and The Great Divide. Great freaking tune, man. Like I said, I really think that song needs some attention because of the way it was put together, the collaboration aspect to it, and just the overall sound of it. I mean, just it sounds amazing considering that. Now, another thing that I want to just draw a little attention to is we know that D-Unit, who is the co-host of Inside the Mothership, he's the bass player of a band called The Creeping Chaos. And we played The Creeping Chaos on here an awful lot. And the lead singer and pretty much a creative force in that band and in other bands is Rob K. Now, we went through this pandemic thing where people were all stuck in their houses and stuff, and they're trapped. And that's something that, you know, when you take somebody who's a creative force that likes to do things and you lock them in a room, there's bound to be some stuff happening. You know what I'm saying? And so Rob K decided he was going to do a solo album. He's been working on that. And I definitely support his stuff. And I'm going to continue to support his stuff right now. Because, again, Rob K, at home, trapped in quarantine, cranking out new stuff like this. This is brand spanking new stuff from Rob K. It's called Payday on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No, not that.
Oh my God, I don't believe this is not happening.
We have got a poltergeist.
Okay, well, folks, I can do a clearance, but it's not going to be cheap. Although I do offer a 6-month guarantee.
Frank Bannister had a remarkable ability.
Psychic investigator?
To communicate with the dead.
That fellow takes us totally for granted.
Hey, Stuart, in or out, huh? Emanations are normally confined to the cemetery.
You cannot push spirits around.
Although they do escape.
And an uncanny knack.
We're gonna scare the living daylights out of your parents.
For making a profit off the living.
We're supposed to be his business partners.
Everyone says that you're a fraud, but I've seen what you can do.
But now, some things put the fear of death in the living.
What is happening to me?
And sent the dead running for their lives.
I've seen a figure in a cape.
When your number's up, that's it.
Frank, we got problems. All these murders that have been going on in Fairwater, they're gonna pin them on you.
From Universal Pictures and Robert Zemeckis.
You're next, pal.
And acclaimed director Peter Jackson.
We don't stop till the screaming starts, you dig?
The Frighteners. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Can you feel it?
All right, folks, we are kind of reaching that point of the show here when I'm kind of trying to balance out what time we got left here, because if you've noticed through the years that I've been doing Just a Few Questions, I believe my first episode of Just a Few Questions was maybe 6 minutes long. Yeah. I've actually got an episode now in the books that's like over 40 minutes long, okay? Some of them are just ridiculous, all right? They just go on and on. So every week when I try to implement the episode, I never know. Cause like, well, how long was that episode? I got to figure out how to squeeze that in there and make that fit. All right, so I'm looking at how long that is. I'm looking at how much time we got left. So, there's not much left we can do here. So play some music for your Vajir holes. You know what I'm saying? And I know that we've got some brand spanking new submitted music. And you remember what happened last time? That we just grabbed random music and threw it in the player without having listened to it before? We ended up with North of Never. Right? I know, right? So I'm thinking, like, what would happen if we did that again? So, like, I've got this folder. It's got a lot. I know it's probably pushing the limit, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably play something and it'll be, like, totally not cool now. But I'm going to try it again and see what happens. So let's look into this folder of the stuff that just came in. This is the stuff that just entered the folder. Haven't seen this stuff yet at all. These are my choices. All right, we've got Herb D with Dublin Days. We've got Strangely Alright with Psych Film. We got If by Whiskey, Higher Planes. And we've got a band called Inner Circles. And they've got 3 songs. The Last Time, Possessions, and Prophecy. I'm going to just randomly move my cursor around here. Whichever one it stops on, bang, that's the one we're going to play. All right, folks. Don't shoot the messenger if this sucks. What can I tell you? You know what I'm saying? This is what we call a random submission grab. I don't know what you want to call it. It's either going to suck or it's going to rack your face off. If you really want to see somebody good at this, really good at this, but they actually check the song out ahead of time, will be John LeBang. He's got a little segment called Crank It or Jank It. It's the same kind of concept, except he does it much, much better and consistently. I just do it whenever I get around to it. So anyway, the band is called If by Whiskey, and the song is called Higher Planes. It's a random snatch. Oh my God. We're going to call this segment, it's Alien Snatch Grab. I don't know, Alien Snatch? We're just going to Alien Snatch? I don't think that's a good idea for it. Anyway, here it is.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. In her final few weeks, the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg told a biographer there was a silver lining to her cancer and the coronavirus pandemic that's keeping so many Americans home. She said she got to spend more time with her family. President Trump says he intends to nominate a woman to fill her position and will do that within days. But rival Joe Biden said yesterday he's spoken with Justice Ginsburg's family.
Her granddaughter said yesterday and said publicly that her dying words were, quote, "My most fervent wish is that I not be replaced until a new president is installed."
And now a second Republican senator has come out against filling Justice Ginsburg's position before the presidential election. AP correspondent Ben Thomas reports.
Senator Lisa Murkowski says for weeks she's been stating she would not support taking up a potential nomination as the presidential election nears. In a statement released Sunday, she says, "Sadly, what was then a hypothetical is now a reality, but my position has not changed." The Alaska Republican joins Maine Senator Susan Collins, who said replacing Ginsburg should be the decision of whomever wins the election. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has pledged to move forward on a nominee, but hasn't set a timetable. Ben Thomas, Washington.
The number of people who've died in this country from the coronavirus is now nearing 200,000, according to Johns Hopkins University. The virus continues to spread, and there is no vaccine at the moment. Some public health experts worry infections could spike this fall and winter, maybe doubling the number of dead by the end of the year. The TV sitcom Schitt's Creek won a pile of Emmys last night. This is AP News.
With the weather quickly changing, it might be a good time to have your furnace or air conditioner checked out by a professional.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling. Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
How's it going, everyone? Prospect here with the weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. LeBron James is determined to turn his playoff chances around after an early exit last year with his new team, the Los Angeles Lakers, and it showed in their putdown of the Denver Nuggets 126-114 in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. James had only 15 points and 12 assists in the round opener, but I'm sure that was the last thing that was on his mind after receiving word that he finished second place in the MVP voting to eventual winner Giannis Antetokounmpo. In an interview with ESPN, the forward was, quote, pissed off that he only received 16 of the 101 first-place votes, but congratulated the Greek Freak on his second straight title. This was James's fourth second-place finish in a 17-year career that also saw him win the MVP title 4 times himself, so seeing how many times he finished at least third, you'll understand why this one sticks in his craw so much. Over on the Eastern Conference, the Miami Heat have done it again, overcoming a 17-point deficit to beat the Boston Celtics 106-101 to take a 2-0 lead in the finals. Goran Dragic scored 25 points and led the scoring for his team that has been in kind of a drought in situations like this. They were 0-21 in playoff games where they trailed by at least 13 at the half. Week 1 of the NFL gave us a lot of interesting stories, and it showed that with the new normal among us, we can still have America's game. Tom Brady's debut with the Buccaneers didn't go as well as he'd hoped, as his new team fell to the Saints 34-23. The soon-to-be Hall of Famer was intercepted twice, one of them returned for a touchdown, but he did throw one to his teammate and threw 15 of 28 for 157 yards. Drew Brees was 18-30 for 160 yards and 2 scores. Brady's replacement at New England, Cam Newton, was more successful in his debut, rushing for 2 touchdowns in their 21-11 victory against Miami. Newton, who hadn't played in over a year due to injury, picked up right where he left off, running for 75 yards and throwing for 155. Both Brady and Newton's debuts were not met with fanfare, but with silence, as Gillette Stadium and the New Orleans Superdome were emptied with pre-recorded fan noise flowing out of the speakers to give the feel of the crowd. Hopefully that won't be the case soon. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
The AP's Oscar Wells Gabriel has more on the Emmys.
It was an up night for
Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek. Eugene Levy, Schitt's Creek. Andrew Civadino, Daniel Levy, Schitt's Creek.
The Canadian show swept all the comedy awards up for grabs at the Emmys last night, and with all the mentions, it made some viewers think they were watching HBO or Showtime, since the title sounds like someplace you would not want to be caught, with or without a paddle. Dominating the drama category, Succession. It won 3 Emmys. Jimmy Kimmel hosted with all the nominees patched in online. That made our home screens look like a much cooler Zoom meeting than the kind that we have to endure sometimes at work or school. I'm Oscar Wells Gabriel.
The UN is celebrating its 75th anniversary today, the one place where 193 member nations can meet to talk. It was born out of World War II's devastation in 1945. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon, Alien X Radio. Resistance is futile.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Bus commercials, definitely.
Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Awesome!
All right, folks, we're now in what we call the home stretch. That's right. See, I beamed you aboard the Mothership as I was zipping past planet Earth. Okay? Then we zoomed all the way out at triple redunculous speeds to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Then we zipped, did a complete about face. You didn't even notice because the inertia cancelers are that good on the Mothership. You didn't even notice. And now we've been heading back this whole time. Now we are in the home stretch, folks. The big blue ball is getting bigger in the windshield, which means it's about time to beam you back to the surface. But no, we're not going to let you get out of here that easy. Oh, no. As I said, you will be unharmed, but you will be forever changed just for being aboard the Mothership. And one of the ways that we change you forever is through a little thing that we call Just a Few Questions. Now, there's going to be a little time for some music at the end of the show. Okay? That'll give you some time to, get your brain back in order before I zap you back to the surface. Because this is going to throw you off a little bit. Alright? Every Sunday, there's a radio show called Inside the Mothership, hosted by myself and D-Unit. And I do a segment on there called Just a Few Questions. I make people feel uncomfortable. They're pretty weird questions. I put people in strange circumstances. People have been in Turkish prisons. They've been in haunted houses. They've been in hillbilly backyards at barbecues. They've been at family reunions. Zapped into television shows, starting movie companies, and strip clubs. Okay? All of this stuff has happened on Just a Few Questions. But this past week, Earth gets crabs. And here you go.
Answer just a few questions.
That's right, folks. Once again, it is time for the mental diarrhea that is just a few questions to splash all over your vajir holes.
Splash all over.
Splash. That's right. What did I call it before? What did I call it? Mental drippings or something like that? Something.
All right, here we go.
Psychotic seepage. Wow.
Cocked, locked, and ready to rock, Doc.
All right, so here we go. Are you ready to find? Why don't you step on into the virtual reality inducer? Because we're going to put you in some kind of weird situation as usual.
Always got to go with the sunglasses on, too.
It's time now for Just a Few Questions. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. I can't go until we do this.
Question number 1.
Question number 1. Well, the year is 2025. If you were one of the people to survive 5 years of disease, riots, and revolution, coming out of it with a job, home, car, and your life, consider yourself lucky. While the new world hardly resembles the old one, we must build on it. After defeating disease and stopping the violence in the streets, society finally came to the conclusion that we didn't hate each other, we hated hate. So we all turned our backs on it, and just like that, we were all one people and stronger than ever. After implementing a new system of government by placing 3 presidents in place, a man, a woman, and someone who identifies as other, the nation has gathered to celebrate its performance, has gathered to celebrate a new future with a giant street fair. As the crowd enjoys live performances and great food, suddenly the earth begins to quake. A rumbling comes from the ground and grows louder as the shaking intensifies. The crowd scatters just as the ground cracks open and a strange giant drilling machine breaks through the surface. As the machine comes to a silent rest, the crowd gathers around in awe. Just then, a door opens and a figure emerges. The creature appears to be a human-like crab person.
Like crab person.
Human-like crab person. It grabs a device and starts speaking into it. A loudspeaker amplifies its message in all languages.
All I can picture is Mr. Crab with the Rock's face on it.
People of the surface, we are the crab people who have lived beneath your feet since the dawn of time. After watching you for thousands of years, today we will take over the surface. Today we will take over the surface world and eliminate your masses. Sorry, folks. And a large door opens and an army of crab people begin to pour out and swarm the area. What will the headlines be in tomorrow's paper? A. South Park makes Simpsons-style prediction, crab people invade. B. Crab people, fact or fake news? C. Here we go again, folks. Crab people from the center of the earth. We can't make this stuff up. Well, we can, but why? Or D. Just when you thought things couldn't get worse, Earth gets crabs. Oh, there is a wild card answer.
Oh, I'm liking D, though.
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? Earth gets crabs.
Oh.
Everybody's
you're gonna tell me the wild card answer anyway.
See, you figured that all out, didn't you?
I'm gonna go with D.
D. So just when you thought things couldn't get worse, Earth gets crabs. The wild card answer that you did not choose is recording artist Chippy No. 5 has the #1 single in America and Crab People Attack.
Chippy the Squirrel No. 5. Did I tell you about me massacring Chippy the Squirrel No. 6 on a test drive the other day? Oh,
just
poor
blew him
Chippy the
apart.
Squirrel. Man, I felt bad for him.
Your bonus question is, what is the name of the song that is #1 by Chippy No. 5?
What is the name of the song?
Yep. He has a #1 song. He has a Seattle rock band.
I don't know.
What's his #1 hit? Come on, man.
I fought the car, but I won.
All right, I fought the car. No, but he didn't win.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. He certainly didn't win. Unless that was a really bad game.
I tried to dodge the car, but the car won.
There you go. There you go. That's what it is.
Didn't dodge the car, so the car won.
And now we're on to Chippy number 5. No.
Chippy number 13.
Question number 2.
Question number 2. Within just a few days, the crab people have killed thousands of humans and captured even more. They have been putting the prisoners into a camp. After one man escapes, he tells of the crab people's plans. Thousands of people are bound with elastic bands and crammed into a camp that the humans call the tank. Crab people walk past the tank and look over the humans inside. They select one, and he or she is taken away. He continued to explain that the humans are then seasoned and boiled alive. They are then served in a restaurant-type gathering. What do you think would be some of the menu items?
A. Jambalaya.
So we got a crab-owned restaurant serving humans.
Yes.
For dinner.
And they're in the tank.
They're in the tank.
And you pick your human out. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Go on. I just
So-
want to make sure that we're on the same sickness level at this point.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Yes. So here's the items that could be on the menu. Which one do you think? Jambalaya. A spicy human and sausage jambalaya boiled over molten lava from the center of the earth. Served with rice and a bourbon cream latte. B. Cracked Bradley. Get your poncho. A juicy steamed human rests on a bed of angel hair pasta in a garlic cream sauce. C. Human bisque. A smooth blended creamy and highly seasoned soup made from a mixture of rich fatty people and served with breadsticks. Or D. Soft shell human tartare. This rare diced human is lightly blanched in a salt water and lemon juice vinaigrette, made only from softer humans who are easily offended. There's a wild card answer, and go.
Which one am I ordering?
Which one do you want on the menu? Which one do you think would be on the menu? The jambalaya, the cracked Bradley, the human bisque, or the soft shell human tartare?
Well, vegetarian on this. I'm gonna go with the wild card answer.
The wild card answer is the People Populous. A claw-tossed pizza topped with a tangy sauce, 3 cheeses, garden vegetables, people pepperoni, human ham, and anchovies. You put it on the menu, my friend. 30 minutes or less, or it's free. Wow. Your bonus question is, what is the name of this restaurant? A, The Red Human. B, Joe's Human Shack. C, Long Johnson Silver's. Or D, the Olive Garden. Or E, make up your own answer.
I'm gonna go with make up my own answer and call it Human Bees.
Human Bees. All right.
It's like Applebee's, but different.
That's right. Got to get drunk and then you can order the food.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings us to
question number 3.
Question number 3. Question number 3 is.
What is wrong? Yeah, okay. Go.
Okay. Now you know what they are doing. So it's time to form a resistance. It's time to fight and take back your world. You will need to assemble your fighters, you will need to gather weapons, and you will need to train first. So, who will be on your team? Name 3 friends who you think are up for an interspecies war and add them to these other fighters. So you're going to give me 3 of your friends, and then I'm going to give you choices of who you're going to add to that group to go into battle. So who's going into battle with you to fight against the crab people?
I'm going to choose you, I'm going to choose Donnie, and I'm going to choose Dave.
All right. So there we go. Me, Donnie, and Dave.
Yep.
I should write that down just in case. I don't want to save it. Key. Keith, Donnie, and Dave.
Yep.
Like I wouldn't remember that, but I never remember anything.
Right.
All right. So
and this is your game.
Exactly.
Great.
Now here are the choices of people that you can add to that group. A, will it be The Rock, Andy Dick, and a guy in a Chewbacca costume? B, will it be Igor, Gary Busey, and Lou Ferrigno?
No.
C, Betty White, Jack Black, and Crystal Clear? Or D, Chuck Norris, Danny DeVito, and Twiki, the little robot from Buck Rogers?
With Chuck Norris?
It'd be Chuck Norris, Danny DeVito, and Twiki, the little robot from Buck Rogers.
Absolutely. Go with D.
So instead of saying Buck, he'll be Chuck.
Exactly.
All right. So you're going with D.
Yes. I mean, Chuck Norris, man. You can't lose with Chuck on your side.
Go. Even though he's like 100 now. Oh, shoot. I just got my ass kicked. Didn't even realize it. He's going to be over tomorrow. So this one continues. Okay, the question continues.
Okay.
So, what will your plan of attack be? By the way, that was the secret void that you hit earlier. You said plan of attack. Right. As part of humans turning their backs on hate, they eliminated Facebook. The crab people, however, did not. Their Facebook is called Crustacean Station.
Crustacean Station.
Nice doc.
And they all have an account that they must log into daily. How can you use this to your advantage in this war? A. Post memes that suggest that some types of crab people could be superior to others and convince them that they are more important than the others, causing them to fight amongst themselves. B. Leak fake articles talking about a human-born disease that will kill the entire population of crab people, or at least those crab people with pre-existing health conditions. C. Convince crab people that giant murder hornets are coming. Or D. After reading their timelines and learning that melted butter is the crab people's weakness, your armies fill super soakers with the delicious liquid, marching into battle. Then you pump melted butter deep into the center of the earth, blanching the rest of the crab people, ending war and world hunger. There's a wild card answer and go.
So we're talking super soakers with butter in it?
Melted butter.
I'm all about that.
Just butter. Just butter is the solution, man.
Butter's the solution.
Turn your back on hate, butter. That's the solution
Butter.
to everything.
Butter.
Gotcha.
Butter cake.
The wild card answer you did not choose is all of the above. All of the above. All right. So the bonus question is, what beverages would you like to serve at the post-war crab dinner? Because remember, you're all eating crab now. You're all blanched in that delicious melted butter. So will it be A, champagne, B, whiskey, C, Kool-Aid, or D, it's a kegger, or E, other?
Or E, other? That's not like a bonus answer. It's just like...
That means you can put whatever you want that to be.
Other.
You want to be orange juice? It can be orange juice.
I'm kind of liking the Kool-Aid, but can it be like purple Kool-Aid?
It could be whatever. I guess I just say Kool-Aid, so it could be like I'd imagine you could buy the multi-flavor pack. Mix whatever kind you want. It could be purple, it could be red, it could be
Thinking purple Kool-Aid.
purple Kool-Aid.
Delivered
Purple Kool-Aid.
by the Kool-Aid man himself.
Delivered by the Kool-Aid. All right, to be clear.
Isn't that what he used to say?
All right.
You would bust
I believe
the
so,
wall?
yeah. So the Kool-Aid man should be suing Matthew McConaughey 3 times. All right. No, he said okay. No, he said all right. I don't know what he said now. I'm confused.
No, he just said, all right.
But the Kool-Aid man said, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So to be clear, after humans defeat disease, get rid of hate, the ground cracks open, crab people attack us, murdering thousands and eating people in restaurants. Okay? And they are serving them in the form of, I forgot what you even picked. Soft shell human tartar? I don't remember what you picked. But anyway, they're serving you guys up in a restaurant, right? So you, along with me...
It was the pizza. I did the pizza.
Right, okay, so People Pizza is being served. Then you, me, Donnie, and Dave fill super soakers with butter.
Along with
Chuck Norris, Danny DeVito, and Twiki the little robot from Buck Rogers.
See, he's going to be our float around and get in there thing. He's our distraction.
There you go. Crab people don't eat robots.
Exactly.
So there you go. That's a good one. So we're all going into battle. We flood their tunnels with melted butter. We blanch them. We then have a big crab dinner where Kool-Aid will be served to us by the Kool-Aid man as he says, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And that has been just a few questions. Now, folks, it is time.
Oh, I thought I was going to get away with it.
For lightning strikes.
All right.
Are you ready?
As ready as I'm going to be.
In the movie Nerds, was it lobster claws or lobster claws?
Rapster cross.
What stops crabs from getting you? Rubber bands or not sleeping with skanks?
Not sleeping with skanks.
Actually, the true answer is both.
Yes.
Okay. So, what is most likely at the center of the earth? Crab people or iron?
Iron.
I mean, even despite that whole story that I gave you about the crab people, you still managed to see through that as nonsense.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. What is most likely swirling around the Earth's core? Rumors about your new 3 presidents or molten nickel? What is swirling around the Earth's core? Rumors about your new 3 presidents or molten nickel? Remember, you have 3 presidents, a man, a woman, and an other.
3 presidents.
No, that's molten liquid. Molten nickel swirls around that iron core center of the Earth. Who is the superior human? Person A, person B, or the person who says neither?
Person who says neither.
Exactly. What is melted butter better on? Lobster or popcorn?
Crumpets, apparently.
I'll accept that. As yes. We'll go with crumpets.
I'm gonna go popcorn.
And that's exactly my answer too. Popcorn, because I don't like lobster. Exact same answer. Very good job. You matched me exactly. You get an extra point.
Yay! Point for nothing.
That's right. Now you're up to 1 point.
That's exactly it. Oh, man.
If the crab people have claws, how do you think they masturbate? Quickly, slowly, or very carefully?
Very carefully.
They're not worried about friction. They're worried about straight up scratching. Right. True or false? A condom will keep you from catching crabs.
False.
That is true. It is false. It is true. It is false. What's worse? Your woman acting crabby or smelling fishy? That's a tough one, ain't it?
As far as my woman smelling fishy?
What's worse? Your woman is acting crabby or smelling fishy?
I'm going to say smelling fishy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that too, you know. Yeah. There's something else going on. And then finally.
Right, exactly.
You know.
Maybe that's why she's crabby, you know? So, fix one.
Is that your woman? No, that's my aunt, Aunt Chovy. Oh, nasty. And finally, with everything we know about crabs today, where is the most unlikely place for them to come from? The center of the earth or Courtney Love's dirty bush?
Likely not to come from?
To not come from.
The center of the earth.
Very good. That's Good Lady Crashes and just a few questions.
Aw, yeah. Kill Set and Closure. Perfect song for the closure of the show. That's right. We've reached that time, folks. I do want to thank you for allowing me to beam you aboard the Mothership for the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. It's been a strange ride. That's right. Very fast, triple ridiculous speeds. Remember, you will be You will be placed back on the surface of Earth unharmed but forever changed. Remember, Inside the Mothership is every single Sunday at 12 noon Eastern as well. So make sure you tune into both of those shows. Maybe you want to call in one day and answer just a few questions live. Well, that's the time to do it. So anyway, until next time, this is Alien Stone saying peace out, everybody. I obviously need a break. I need to go pick up my dogs, or as Motown Vinny says, I need to go settle up with my Asian table shower girl. All right, anyway, Alien Stone. Peace out, yo.